I know that's not common for people to say, right? I know that's definitely the no bullshit approach, but maybe we need to play our own game. Maybe instead of worrying about the White House, we should worry about what's going on in our house. My own family will freak out if something goes up by 10%, right? I can't believe gas prices right now. Are we really going to have a conversation because at 10 cents a gallon, your car holds a total of 16 gallons? We're really going to have a conversation about $1.60 a week? If you fix the real problem, you don't have to focus on all of the symptoms that you're seeing here. These are symptoms of a bigger problem, which is you need more money. So yes, insurance is going to be outrageous. Yes, if you live in Florida right now, the homeowner's insurance, if you can even get it, is going to cost a lot of money. Yes, car insurance is going up. Yes, everything is expensive. Yes, one of the presidential candidates just announced today that they're planning on a 28% corporate tax on every single business, including LLCs, including your brokerage, including your own business. Yes, the costs are going to go up. Is your income going to go up, or are you going to bitch about it? Inflation will keep happening, by the way. I don't know why everybody thinks, hopefully we're going to get the prices down. Nobody ever said they were going to go down. They said they'd like to see it go up by only 2% per year. Nobody said we're going to have disinflation. Nobody said that the $5.79 taco that Taco Bell has, nobody said it's going back down to $3. They said they want that $5.79 to be $5.91 next year instead of $6.50. Stuff will keep costing more, and you're going to have emergencies come up. So a big problem for a lot of agents is not focusing on what's really important to them. And then they start to fall into the big two problems, which is distraction and procrastination. And that's the two big issues I see for an awful lot of agents. They get distracted with all kinds of other stuff. They're messing around. They're watching YouTube videos on success and motivation. Here's a montage of all the motivational quote. What the hell are you doing? You're not even motivated? How many of them do you need to watch to actually get up and go do something? Does it make you feel better to watch other people win? Do you watch a football game and get excited when your team that you don't own shit of, your team wins? I think you're actually watching multi-millionaires earn their money while you're sitting on the couch getting fatter and broker. I think that's what's actually happening. I know that's not common for people to say, right? I know that's definitely the no bullshit approach. But maybe we need to play our own game. Maybe instead of worrying about the White House, we should worry about what's going on in our house. Maybe we should not have that distraction and procrastination and all the other issues that come up. Because I'm telling you now, there's an awful lot of people that are on the wrong bus with you. And not only are they shouldn't be on the bus, they don't want to go where you want to go. They're also dragging their feet. And they're slowing you down. They're dead weight that aren't getting you where you need to be. So if you're finding this distraction and all of these other issues that you're going to spend your time with, there's all kinds of stuff on the internet that'll make you feel better about justifying why you're in the current position that you are. You can sit there all you want to learn about why narcissists act the way they do. Are you trying to relate that to your spouse? Get rid of that son. Get rid of them. What are you doing? It's a loser. A loser, you can't turn a loser into a winner. Why are you wasting your time trying to repair someone else? Distraction and procrastination. Those people shouldn't be on the bus. They're not going where you need to go. So if you can get real focused on the things that matter, how you make the most amount of money as a real estate agent to provide for the quality of life that you want to have, to provide for the things that you're looking for. But for an awful lot of people, they have emotional ignorance, right? Emotional ignorance is their big problem. They're making bad decisions. So as an example, again, I just found out I've been sick, or I've got a diagnosis, or I was just diagnosed with COVID or something much more serious. But, just a few years ago, we thought everyone was going to die. But something that's very serious, and maybe that is enough to cause you to pass away. But maybe it's not. What I don't want to have happen is a little thing comes up, you make a big deal out of it, you beat it, but then you're in a bad position. You're in a worse position than you were to begin with because of the decisions you made on how you're going to react to this. If bad stuff happens to me, I'm going to make more money because money makes an awful lot of those problems go away, including how much a funeral costs. I don't even care how much. Tell me the number. I don't care because I've been fixing that for decades now. It does not matter. I can't believe what they're charging for the funeral. This is ridiculous. There's no way it costs. Can I buy the funeral home so you'll shut up? Because it's absolutely outrageous. This is what you're worried about. If you're worried about how much the taco costs and you need to have a conversation about that, maybe we need to fix the real problem. We need to fix the income. If you get focused on what really matters, a lot of the life issues that come up, because we all have life issues that come up, how you react is what's really going to make a difference here. So, I think that here's an important point for you. People love to tell their story about why their struggle exists, right? We all have that, by the way. I can tell you my story right now. Everybody has a story about why their struggle exists. I got bad news for you. Nobody gives a shit about your story unless you win. Nobody wants to hear your story unless you win. Do you think that there's ever been a superhero movie where the superhero doesn't kill the villain in the end? Nobody would watch it. Nobody cares that they overcame all these problems and they were the little nerd that wore the glasses and then they became the Superman. And nobody cares if you don't win. Shut up with the stupid story. Let's make it a story people want to listen to or read or watch. Nobody cares unless you win. You're just a loser right now. But with that in mind, you can't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 10. Do you agree with that? Like if you're just getting started with fixing your situation and paying off your debts and that type of thing, the last thing you want to do is compare yourself to me. That's the last thing you'd ever want to do. I can promise you, I had somebody talking about this the other day. I can promise you I make more money in a week than a huge percentage of people do in 10 years, a decade of their life driving to work every day and back. But guess what? There was a time that I had to split a frozen burrito with my wife at the time, my wife. I had to split a frozen burrito from the dollar store. That was the low point for me. I've been there. I've been there. So don't compare yourself to me. Maybe compare yourself to where I was and say, well, shit, at least I'm not that bad. At least I could buy a whole burrito and eat it myself. I wouldn't have to split that for dinner. But if you're just on your chapter 1, you can't compare to the other people you see on the internet, in your real estate office, within your friend group. You can't do that. You have to compare to who you were yesterday. If you're better, more profitable, more focused, doing the right thing compared to who you were yesterday, you're writing the correct book. If you're comparing your book to somebody else's, you're not going to do well here. So if your book is, oh, I had this bad thing happen, I got robbed and then it messed me up emotionally and then I had PTSD and then I just didn't work and then I was afraid to meet buyers because I was afraid maybe they're going to rob me too and then my real estate business just went horrible. Nobody wants to hear that story. That sounds good to you. How about we have all that bad stuff happen and then you're able to triumph and you come back 10 times bigger than you ever were? That is the story. I can't wait till you tell me how he robbed you, how bad you went through an emotional problem, how it took you were waking up in the middle of the night and couldn't sleep and then that was causing health problems. I want to hear that because I know what the ending is and that will inspire me. But nobody wants to hear how you're losing. Nobody cares about your story unless you win. That's up to you. So if bad stuff's happening to you, first thing you got to think, man, this is going to be a really good chapter. This is going to make it that much. I didn't even know this was going to happen in my life. This is going to make it that much more intriguing. When bad stuff happens, it gives me a chance to triumph at a much bigger level. If I'm focused, if I don't allow those distractions, if I don't allow that procrastination. So I want you to really think through these things. And, the title of today's morning meeting what's important to real estate agents? It had better be your production. Because by the way, if you have a mental issue, well, Greg, sometimes you need to be with your family. No, if you're with your family, that is not fair to your business. If you're with your business, that is not fair to your family. You have an on and off switch. You need to know how to turn it on and turn it off. You can't blend both. If I go to your office in your house where you sell real estate and you have a electric bill for your house, you're mixing personal with business. It all blends in one, and you will always feel like you're robbing from the other one. If you're spending time at work, you'll be like, man, I should be spending time with my family. But then when you're spending time with your family, you're like, man, I really need to make money and go to work, or we're going to struggle here financially. That's because you don't have your on off switch. You don't know what you're supposed to be doing here on a regular basis. So you can give fair time, quality time without thinking about something else when you're with those people or when you're with that business.
Hey, it's Greg Luther, and listen, if you don't follow this channel, there's a good chance you're never going to see me again. I consistently put out regular content, and it's extremely helpful for real estate agents to grow their business. I want to keep you up to date on what's working so that you're in the know and you can take action accordingly. So be sure that you like and comment here, but most importantly, make sure you follow, share, and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss out on anything. I'm here to help you in growing your business, and I'd love to do so. Follow right now.